Welcome back to ManlyStuff. Today we're taking a look at Multimorph, which is a moldable and remoldable plastic that you can use at home just by squishing it with your hands. So as soon as I saw a video about this, I thought that's awesome. I gotta have some of this stuff. And this is my first project with it. So what I'm gonna do today is modify my Olight torch. After using it for a while, I realized that when I take it out of my pocket in the dark and I want to really quickly see something, because the pocket clip moves, there's nothing else on the outside of this that allows me to feel where the button is, other than literally just moving around it with my finger until I find the button. And so it takes me a couple of seconds to find it, which is a little bit slower than I'd like. So what I want to do is, I think I'll just hold the pocket clip in a specific place, and that way I know where the pocket clip is where the button is, and it should make it much easier to immediately sort of move my finger to the button as soon as I take it out of my pocket. So this is really affordable. I got this, I think £15 for half a kilo. I measured it, it is half a kilo. I'm not too bothered about wasting it because as far as I know it's reusable. From what I found online, they said that it's non-toxic, but this isn't the kind of thing I would ever put in my mouth or make a food utensil out of. And if I were to use this for food again, I would clean the hell out of it to make sure that there's no chance I'm going to be eating residue of this stuff. But I'm not going to be using this for food. I just have I chose a dedicated thing for this. I saw people doing this without needing an actual cooker thing. You can just have a warm cup of water. That should do the trick, as far as I know. Sugru is pretty cool, and it creates this sort of rubber stuff, but it's really damn expensive, and you get these 5-gram packets. The price difference between this and this is ridiculously huge, and it has a shelf life. And you can keep it in the fridge to make it last longer. Hot glue, I use this stuff so damn much, but it's not very moldable with your hands because it needs to be warmer than you want to be touching for it to be moldable. What you can do is mold it using the tip. So you can rework it like that using the warm tip. And so it's not going to create a very nice thing, but for more rough jobs, really quick to use, I turn this thing on, wait for about 15 seconds, and it's good to go. And I've been gluing almost everything with this. I haven't touched real glue since I got this. Fantastic investment. And the thing is with this, the ones that plug into the wall are, for me, just too time consuming to use. With this, I love that it heats up quickly, and I love it. If you get cheap glue, then it's super cheap. Costs probably about 10p for a glue stick or less, 5p or something. I'm gonna glue this in place so it doesn't spin. The great thing here is I can just warm it up and remove the glue. One of the disadvantages is that you need to be really, really quick, and this is one of the reasons why I love working with hot glue. It's just so damn quick, and also fairly easy to clean up the mess. Wear some eye protection because you want to be able to see stuff in your life, and glue in the eye might make that a little more difficult. Just pull off the excess. Very convenient to use if you have something like this. That just runs on a battery, which when I had a plug-in hot glue gun, I never used it. Unless hot glue was the only option I had. Take the battery out. Okay, now that's only a thin layer of Multimorph on there, but let's see how strong it is. I've given it a good few minutes to cool down, and let's see if that's going to actually hold up to some abuse. So that is surprisingly strong. It's not ripping off. It's not cut. I think it's gonna break now. For a tiny little thing like that, because it's quite a thin layer I've put on there. That was really strong, and look how thin that is. Hold on, get that in focus. Have a look how thin that is. So that was surprisingly strong for such a thin little thing. I'm really, really impressed with that. I thought I would have to make it much thicker for that to actually hold on there properly. Hopefully maybe this piece now, I'll actually be able to mold nicely. I'm going to do this quickly, and I did manage to get it a little bit darker. Didn't exactly mix the colors in fully. Okay, so nice big bit on there. And try and mold it to shape. within the time limit. Luckily it does seem to shrink a bit when it cools down, which is nice because that helps to grab onto the material. It is absolutely not sticky. It doesn't stick to your hands, it doesn't stick to the material. I mean, not this material. Has a very smooth finish. I've got the basic shape now, so I'm going to put that into the water, warm it up, and hopefully be able to just slide it back on as a slightly better shape. Okay, right now it's at 56 Celsius, and that is just about enough to allow this to be malleable. So, and also enough for that to not burn you if you touch the water. Okay, so now the water is at 69 Celsius, and yeah, much more than that, and I wouldn't really want to be putting my fingers in it. Try not to have extra pieces in the water if you don't want them to stick to your workpiece. And actually at this 70 Celsius range, the workpiece is remaining malleable for quite a while. Warming up my torch a little too much. Well, there's another use for this torch. Cooking utensil. My torch is warm, which is not recommended, and I'm trying to keep this flat in most areas so it doesn't snag on my jeans, but also a little raised around the button. And I made sure to press my thumb into there so this thing is not preventing me from pressing the button. Now here's an example of a way to warm up your hot glue. You need to be really careful when you do this, not to burn yourself, because the metal will get hot really quickly. Also, you could damage your workpiece or overheat the glue and just burn it. But generally, if you move it around like this, warm it up a bit, and then the glue should be malleable again. So for example, if I want to press this thing in a little tighter to remove some excess hot glue between the two pieces. So warm it up like this, and then use something to press out the excess hot glue. And there we go. I removed the excess and flattened the clip a little more. Okay, so here is the done project. It looks absolutely terrible, but practicality wise, it's perfect. I can easily find the button without looking. I know exactly where it is, and that button's not going to get pressed by accident. Once that has cooled down, sticking new pieces to it doesn't seem to work. So you know what? I'd call this a success. An ugly success, but a success nonetheless. And I did not mean for that to rhyme. So thanks for watching, guys. I will have links to all the cool shit I've been using in this video, in the links down below. My awesome SOG multi-tool, a sweet little torch, which was really cheap on eBay, about £4 I think. My non-contact thermometer, Sugru. I'll have a link to my review of the Olight torch. Now that this is dry, this is not moving at all. It's like rock solid on that. Even though it's not actually glued in place, it's just tightened up enough that it's just holding really well. My opinion about the Multimorph, does exactly what it says on the tin. Pretty easy to use. Gave me a great result, even though obviously it's hand molded plastic. I'm not expecting it to look super amazing. Very happy I got this stuff. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.